YouTube. Today I want to take you through the process of how I take a picture from my computer, print it to the correct size to be able to put on some wood to burn. I started going to a carving group here in town recently. They like people to wear name tags, so I figured I'd go ahead and make myself a name tag. Everybody else there seems to have made their own name tags. Figure, why not? So I got this little piece of birch here. Now I know I did a video just a little while ago. Actually, I haven't posted it yet. But I just did a video using another birch, and it is not really good for detail work. But that's okay, we're not going to use it for detail today. So usually I use Photoshop, but I know not everybody has access to Photoshop. So today I'm going to do this in a program called GIMP, which is free to use for pretty much anybody. All you have to do is download it, and it's available for Mac, PC, Linux, whatever you happen to use. So let's get started. Okay, so this is GIMP. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of build the image that I want to make. And this is going to be a very simple image. I found a picture online that I liked. I'm a bit of a Star Trek fan, so I figured I'll throw that in there. And then I'm just going to put my name across it. So it's going to be very simple, two-tone, nothing too difficult for this. So add my text. I found a nice font. So as you can see, pretty simple so far. Easy stuff. So this is basically going to be the whole thing that I'm going to put on this little piece of wood. Now, one thing you do, I took the piece of wood and I put it on my scanner. Now to make sure it fits, I could measure it and then measure this and make sure I print exactly the right size, but I just find that this is easier. So create from scanner, and I just got a cheap little $50 all-in-one scanner printer copier thing from, I don't remember where I bought it. I bought it years ago, but it works pretty good for this. When you're doing this, select the WIA ones. If you select the ones from the manufacturer, it takes you to their scanning app, which is just a pain to use and get it back into the program. So if you just select from here and preview, you can do color, you can do grayscale. It really doesn't matter because you're not going to be saving the picture. So here is the little piece of wood that I just scanned. And you kind of put it where it's at, and then you do the final scan. There it goes. So there's our final scan. This is kind of what it is going to be. Now I might turn it to the side. You can use the I think you can use the transform tool. Where is it? I'm not sure with GIMP too much since I don't use it that often. Oh, there it is. The rotate tool. There we go. So I haven't used GIMP in a long time. There we go. And lock it like that. This isn't going to matter too much because we're not going to keep this layer. If you look over here, you have different layers. So I'm going to add a new layer there. I'll just make it a regular layer. Go back here, select everything. You're going to Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and you bring it over here and Control V to paste. Except it did not paste. Okay, go undo. So So I'm going to flatten or merge visible layers on this one, and this will just make it one. Now I will select Control A, Control C, and then over here Control V. There we go. Now it's not quite the size that we want it, and that's fine. Over here in the transform tool you can click it and drag it bigger. Put it where you want. I said color really doesn't matter. The gray and the black, you can do the gray a little bit lighter, or you can do the name a little bit lighter and do the background heavier, whatever your personal preference is. But I'll keep adjusting this until it fits kind of where I want it. There. So that's about what I think it's going to look like when we're done. Now I can turn off the bottom layer, and then I just Control P to print, and if you go to image settings, it'll give you a preview of what's going to print, and that should be the exact size that you need for the wood. So print that out, and then we'll go in the other room and start burning. Okay, so here we are, all printed, ready to cut out. There we are. Now, you see it's just about perfect size. Alright, now as I said, this is not going to be heavily detailed. There might be a couple different shades, but for the most part it's just going to be straight coloring, no shadows or anything like that. So got a little bit out of the lines right here. I don't know how much of that I can scrape away though. That will be good enough. So one of the things I don't like about high heat is you can kind of see all of the contours and all the little divots in the burning. So I turn the heat down on this. I'm going to try and go over it and smooth it out a little bit and see if that will do anything. Yet again, I learned my lesson. Birch rounds are not good for wood burning. At least not with the set I have. So, let's get this finished, and then we'll put the hanger on the back. Okay, so here we have the finished round. Now we're going to put a hanger on the back. I like to use my old medicine bottles for storage for some of this kind of stuff. And there you are, all completed. I will add this to my wood carving vest. Let's see if I can get it on. And there we go. So this technique will work with just about any size wood, and you can do it with Photoshop or GIMP. I normally use Photoshop, which is a bit easier for me. I know the workflow, but as long as the wood fits on your scanner, then this will work. Hope you enjoyed today's video.